Welcome students to the application development part. The last session we did the add routine we started. From that part onwards, we're going to continue the session today. So you should remember that in add routine, there are three sections that we need to do. First part, we need to get the records filled in a form. Then we need to take it to the second page where the submitted fields that you submit, we need to put them into proper variables. Once we put them into proper variables, we need to execute using an SQL command and get it saved in the database. So those parts we're going to focus today, and we will be getting started through that. So after I finish adding routine, so we will be able to move on to the other sections like edit routines and delete routines. So we will see how much time we have and how far we can continue. Hopefully we can do a good job today, right? Okay, let's get started then. Right. Is that is my screen is visible to you, children?
Yes, again.
Okay. Right. Fine. So let me open the files that we did last week. Right. So these are the two files that we have done, and the database connection is there. We did these parts before. So add part. Let me open it in the browser. Let me bring your browser here. Right. So chapter 7. So add product 1. If you go. Um, so add or register new product. So we are doing a sample database, simple. So we're going to work with products. So when we are adding products, so we're going to consider product title, description, price, picture, and of course we have created the database table here. As you can see here, um, not this HND. This is the one we are working on. So this is our table actually, product ID, title, description, price, and picture. For the time being, we are not working on the picture because when we learn file uploading part, we will do that, how to upload the pictures, right? For the time being, title, description, price, we're going to add. And once we add the records, right? So still if you go and see the data, we haven't added any records yet. If we add a record, automatically the product ID should get increased, or product ID should automatically, it should come. Right, so we have done the table in such a way. I think you already have created this table and you are practicing it, right? So I asked you to do with the customer part. You can along with me, you can do the customer maintenance part. You can do right. Let's go back to the program now. So this is the front end that you see here. This is the page that you see in this HTML code, right? So if you go there, we have properly done those things. So skip these additional formattings. Actually, they are coming from the bootstrap part. You don't have to actually use this one. Even without much formatting, you can get the job done. But I want my page to look a little bit pleasing, so I just have created a template and already shared with you. These pages are already available with you. You can start working with this, right? Okay, right. So that is what we basically have there. So the field names we have properly given. You can see each input field have been properly given a name. So title, then text area we are using for description. Then we have what do you call, we will pause the recording and we'll continue. Okay. Right, we will proceed. So this is the front end that we see, right? Okay. Then each component is given a proper name. That is really important when we are doing with the PHP code. In the front end, each component should be having a proper name. That particular name is what we're going to use in the backend for coding, right? So this component is the title, this is description, this is price, and this is file. For the time being, we are not working with files. Okay, right. Now we need to fill this information. We have to fill the information and we have to press the add now button. So validation is also still not done here. I can make sure I do proper validations for this part. So without filling the mandatory fields, I won't be able to post this, right? So we will do that one in round 2 once the records are added. Fine tuning lesson, we will do those things. Okay, right? Okay, so if you take a look at the second page now, add product 2, add product 2 page. First of all, that what we are doing is first we are building the connection to the database. First we are building the connection to the database. Then what I'm doing is I am displaying all the values that I'm receiving from the previous page here. That's what I'm doing here. So nothing much. So displaying that previously receiving page components or contents. We will be making use of that to build the SQL command and so on and so forth. I'm going to step by step, I'm going to take you forward. Right, so we will further code this one today. So once I finish everything, I will hand over this file to you. You can practice, you can do modifications. And if you have doubts, please feel free to talk to me. Right, okay. Now the thing, what I'm going to do is, first thing I will fill this, right? So let's fill this one. We will type, we'll say 32-inch TV for sale. Right, we'll say I'm not using any brand name here, right? So for any purpose, right? So brand new TV, TV selling because uh, not used. Okay, price, let's say 27,000, right? And once everything done, we can of course upload a picture. Not now, we can't do it now, right? Okay, so we will hit the add now button. So this will land in the second page. I'll zoom in now. You can see title, description, price are receiving the values from the previous page they are receiving. So from this point onwards, I'm going to proceed. So I'm using a small technique like these are the names which were used in the front end, and our database table field names also the same. So I don't type these values. I will copy these values and I will do them, right? So if it is a big program, it's much easier. I'll just show you the way I do. I will copy this code first. Then I come here. Right. I will put a comment like uh, building a dynamic skill command, right? So first of all, what I'm going to do is store the form field values to variables. So here I'm just pasting this. So this will result in error now. It is not correct, right? So first thing what I do is watch this, because when you work with around 20 to 25 fields, this method is easy, right? So dollar sign, equal sign, dollar sign, underscore request, right? Request. So I will copy this part, the whole thing, and put for all these three. This one I have to put it inside single quotations. Just double click the word, it will get selected. Type the single quote. In Atom software, it is done like that. After this one, I'm just adding some semicolons, then removing the values. This because this was just copied from the previous one. It's almost done. Now we need variables. I'm going to copy this, create the variable, copy that, create the variable, copy that, create the variable. Then I'll maintain the indentation of the code also properly. So it will give a very pleasing look and easy to refer. So we have defined three variables called title, description, price. And title, description, price we have obtained from the built-in array request. We have done this one in chapter 6. So if you have a doubt, just check that video. So here, a request array, we are referring to the title which is sent by the user from the previous page, which is add product1.php file. Okay, add product1.php file. Now we have these three variables in place. I didn't use this one directly because coding this one in the Sql command is a bit lengthier, and if you want to reuse something, you have to code a lot. So that is why we are using short and meaningful variable names. So building the Sql command, we're going to add a record. So we need to make use of a insert into command, right? So we will just build the insert into command. So Sql assignment operator. So I'm going to use insert into, what is the table name? Product. I think so. Yes, product is the table name. Field names are same. So then I'm going to use open close parenthesis. Within this, I'm going to say title, description, and make sure you don't make any mistake, and price. These are the three values I'm going to send now: title, description, and price. Then I can say values. uh, if my video is on your way, sorry about that, right? Then I'm going to keep that values. Then anyways, we will do like this, otherwise I don't know how it is getting recorded, right? Values. Then I'm going to do here, close this parenthesis part and put a semicolon here. Make sure this SQL command, only part of it I have typed. So insert into table name, space, then within parenthesis, I have mentioned what field names I'm adding the values. I have already taught you in the first video of database programming. If you want, you can check that video as well, right? SQL commands step by step. So check that video if you want to know about the insert into command. So then what we do is we're going to do this part. We're going to add the values for these parts. So I have mentioned the parts, then leave a space, use the values command again, open parenthesis. So the SQL command is incomplete now. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go to the next line. I'm going to continue the SQL command, which means I'm going to join some values with that part. So again, $ SQL combine assignment operator. So joining the values. So what are the values I need to join, right? So first I need to join the title. So title is a text value, non-numeric value we are sending. Yeah, so you have to put it inside single quotations. In SQL, you can't use double quotations. You have to use single quotations. So I'm going to use single quotes. Then I'm going to use that value, which is in the variable. So that's the beauty of that. Or else you can use like this also. You can use another pair of double quotes. Sorry, you can use two dot signs here, and you can use title. This is also possible. So this is you're manually doing, and here you have to type a comma. This is equally correct, but I prefer doing it in the short way. Once more, watch this. Type a pair of double quotes, pair of single quotes, then $ title. After the single quote, put the comma because we need to type the description, then price. So in this line, I'm not going to continue the code because this program is a tiny program where we have only three values to be included in the SQL command. But in a real code, you might have several lines, several variables. In that case, what will happen is if you try to do multiple lines, it will go beyond this line and it will be difficult for you to troubleshoot. So I'm going to go to the next line. I'm going to type again, I'm going to type SQL command dot equals. Then again, a pair of single quotes. This time I'm going to use going to use the description. Then after the single quote, a comma again, semicolon. Then the last one I'm going to do SQL again dot assignment, single quote, $ price. Okay, I think price is a numeric field. Let's check. Yes, price is a float value. So single quotes not necessary. Just use the $, say price. Then no comma coming because with that one, SQL command values are finishing. So you can remember in line number 20, I have opened a parenthesis, which is of the SQL command. I need to put that closing parenthesis here. I don't have an idea. I don't have an idea to execute multiple SQL commands inside this. If I do, I can put a semicolon and continue the SQL commands. So that purpose, I'm not using a semicolon there. I'm using my semicolon here. So my SQL command is done, right? So um, let's display the SQL command. Let's display that command and see. Okay, right. So I'm going to go to this page. So we will reload this page. When I reload this one, it will resubmit the values which came from the previous page. So it's asking whether you want to do this actually. So actually I want to do that. So I can click on the continue button. Once I do click on the continue button, see, I know I didn't write, sorry. I need to put an echo command here. Echo this SQL command will put, yeah. Right now we will reload this and you will be able to see the SQL command, right? Insert into product, title, description, price, space is there, values, open brackets, within single quotations, we created this, to 32-inch TV for sale, single quotes, then comma, again single quote, brand new TV selling because not used, then single quote, that text is starting here, finishing here. Finally, the price is given, then the closing parenthesis is there. This SQL command seems all right. So if you have a doubt, you can copy and paste this to your SQL tool and execute it manually and see whether the SQL command is right. I'm not going to do it like that. So then I will just display it. These are debugging code, children, by the way. I'm going to comment it. Then I'm going to actually, right, execute the SQL command, right? So let's execute the SQL command. So in each part of this one, you are learning new things, right? So how to do it and what commands we are using. So you can remember in the database program, in the database code, children, we created an object called MySQL IE. You can see from the MySQL I class, we passed in these 4 values and we got the MySQL I object created. Now, what we will do is we're going to make use of this MySQL I object. We can call the methods. There is a method called query, right? So if you're executing one SQL command, you can use query. If you're executing multiple SQL commands, you can use multi underscore query. So I'm not going to use multi underscore query. I'm going to use just query, right? So we will go back to this page, right? So I'm going to use the command like this, $ MySQL I. So if you think to this page, how does the MySQL I object comes? You can see line number 6. We are attaching the page dbconnection.php as if the code is written inside this file. Require code we have given. So this file is available. That means this is ready to use, right? So we use, this is the command that we have to use, or that the symbol that we have to use to access the fields, which means the data and methods. I'm going to use the method query. So that turns to blue, yes, right? So within this, you need just pass in your SQL command. Now, when you execute this one, we need to make sure the command got properly executed or not. If the command got properly executed, what would happen is this will return the value 1. Otherwise, it will return the value nothing. 1 is a Boolean value, by the way. So since the value is unknown, I just use the variable X and I just assign like this. By the way, remember that query is a function which takes in a text value, which is the SQL command. Once the work is done, it is returning whether the task was, that means the execution of the SQL command was successful or not successful. This is doing, okay, right? Now what we're going to do is, we're going to write an if condition. We're going to say if X is greater than 0. If it is, because if it is having 1, definitely it has done. So I'm going to write a simple if condition here, right? So I will write echo record successfully created or added, right? Otherwise, what we can do is add a new record failed. So actually, this if conditions, these messages are troubleshooting code. We're going to do something else here actually. So up to this point, we will make sure we can get the record going to the database part, right? Let's see what we can do, right? I'm going to refresh this, right? Let's say continue. And of course, we see record successfully added. Now I'll take my SQL database browsing tool. Let's go to the data part of this table, which is product table. And let's see whether we can see that. Still, it's not appearing. I have to reload this. Then you can see the file is appearing. So, I'm sorry, the record is appearing. So this is what we added from the, front end. And you can see default.jpg has come because we have created the table as such. If you don't give a value, take the default value as default.jpg or jpg. So now that we have added one record, there are problems also. If I reload this page once more, I will just reload this one and it says, okay, you see no other things, you okay, right? So I think I refreshed it 2 or 3 times. Now the problem is the same record can be added several times, but the unique ID is auto-generating so that it doesn't care what the data here. It simply creates a new ID for you and takes the records values there. So that is what's happening. Okay, that's what's happening. So the problem is we need to fix this, right? So once you come to this page, we should not land in this page. We should be able to go to a different web page. We should be able to go to a different page. So that is what I'm going to do it next, right? So I can do that very quickly, right? So I will build that page, then I will get it connected to that page. Okay, right. So what I'm going to do is we will finish the code in this page and we will go. So for your learning purpose, I'm going to comment this code and keep, right? So in a real code, you don't have to write it like that. But if you do like that step by step, you are not missing anything. You're properly doing from step by step. You are not missing anything, right? Okay. Now what I'm doing is next, I'm going to give the value like this. I'm going to redirect the user to another page, right? So redirecting, I think we already did. Oh no, we didn't do login mechanism. We did not do. So login mechanism, we will again use this one. There's a command called header command, open parenthesis. You just say location, colon, location, colon. Then you're going to say uh, add underscore product underscore 3.3.php, right? So we're going to go to the third page, right? And if the adding record is failed, then also we're going to go to the same page. We are not going to build two separate pages. We are just building one page. But from the second page, we are going to the third page. By the time we go to the third page, what we can do is, if it is successful, we can pass in a parameter. So we say add product 3.php, we can say status equals, we can say pass or yes or number one, we can use. It's up to you. True, false, yes, no, you can use, right? So the same thing I'm using here, but status I'm using fail. Okay, pass, fail, I'm using. Right, now our program, if you execute, what will happen is once more it will add a record, doesn't matter. It will try to go to the add product 3.php file. It will say object not found. If I reload this, now see, okay, we will do like this. We will go back to this page. We'll go back to this page. We will enter a new product here. We will say, right, let's say the price is like around 17,500, right? Let's add this one. And what you will see is, you will see object not found. The reason is it is trying to locate the page add product 3.php file, add product 3.php file. So I'm going to show you how you're going to create that file, right? Okay, how you're going to do that part, right? Nice. Let's do that. So we will build that code. To do that, I'm going to make use of my product add product 1.php file. I'm going to duplicate. I'm going to do some modifications, right? Let's do that. So I can close these things, right? I'm going to select, carefully do this, right? So add product one, I'm selecting, pressing letter D on my keyboard. By the way, I'm on Atom software, so duplicating shortcut key is D. So when I press letter D, I can rename this into add product 3.php. Then I have that file with me. Add product 3 file is there with me. Now what I'm going to do is, in add product 3 file, I need to remove the form first, right? So I can find Control F, right? Let's say form. So the form is starting here. So I'm going to find the form where it is finishing. It's all the way I'm going down. So I'm going to delete the form, right? I just delete the form. I got it deleted, right? So I just, what I'm having is an empty area there, empty area there. So I'm going to build a code here, but I can make it a bit interesting. Anyway, we will finish the theory part, then we will, theory means the basic part we will finish, then we will fine tune it. It's like this. I'm going to write a PHP code here. We don't need a database connection for this program. Simply we're going to check the parameter here, whether it is pass or fail, and we're going to respond, right? So I'm going to write if, uh, whether the method is post or get, values will be stored in the request array. So I'm going to access the status part, and if it is equals to pass, this can be true. Sometimes this will not be true. If it is true, we can say, for the time being, we will use a h2 code, and we will say Record successfully added. Otherwise, we can again put the same thing. Okay, adding new record failed. So I will improve this piece of code here. For the time being, I have done it like that. So we will complete this one, right? Let's go back. If I reload that, it will work now. So it says record added successfully. So if something goes wrong, this will be not done, right? So for example, there are things can go wrong. Like if you type 32-inch TV or double quotes or single quotes if you use, it's not going to work anyway. So when it, okay, single quote if we type, then it is going to fail. I will tell you why it is that. So if something goes wrong, the record adding gets failed, right? So if you reload that, you will see only one TV record here, right? So 32-inch TV. This is not necessary for us. So I'm going to delete all this. I'm going to delete all of them. I think this iPhone we can keep. We will delete them. Yeah. So these two records are there. You can never take the already taken product IDs. We cannot generate them. That means 2, 3, 4. I can't never take it. So it will continue from 6, 7 onwards, right? Or 7 onwards. 6 was already generated. Okay, right. Now we need to make this code a little bit more prettier. So I'm going to bring in some code in, right? So you can do it from here. Get bootstrap also you can do. Um, bootstrap 4. Uh, let's let's go directly there. So these alert boxes I'm going to take, children. So I'm going to take a alert box something like this, which can be closed like that. So right. So I'm interested in doing something like this, right? So this code is fine. I would be able to close that. So I will copy this code in, right? So I'm showing you this easy way, right? I just copy this code, go back to my page, right? So what I will do is, I don't need this one. I will comment it, right? So let HTML part be there. I'm going to stop the PHP code because I'm going to switch back to HTML version. So see, right, again here, right? So I'm going to actually the delete part, sorry, the else part we will first paste. So I will change the indentations of the code. So I think we need to do a little bit more, right? Nice. So we can come here. It says all these things we don't need to change, right? So alert warning, right? So if you don't want alert warning, we can say alert danger, alert dismissible, fade, that there's animations and everything given. So you can change them later, right? Roll this one. So it is dismissible. That's what we want. So we can close it actually, right? So it says the message already given. So we'll say, actually, I need to change this a little bit. So I'm going to put H2, right? We'll put this command here, adding record failed. So we'll say sorry, adding new record failed. Please try again. So we just did that part, right? Okay. So this is the closing icon. It will appear. No need to change any of other things, right? Okay. So this is the what do you call that, alert box is there. So I'm going to make a copy of that, again coming up here, right? And here also I'm pasting it. Let me adjust the indentation, right? Okay, looks fine. So this is not danger. I'm going to say alert success, then record successfully added. So adding new record was successfully done. Okay, so what we can do is we will just get it displayed. Okay, children. So let's go back. So let's reload this page and see. Nice. So it says add new record failed. or adding new record failed. Sorry, adding new record failed. Please try again. So there should be an interaction here. So there should be a try again button, right? And we can put a back to cPanel button also because we're going to build the dashboard, right? Let's do that part now here. So we will add after this part, we will add, um, let's type a link here, but I'll say class btn, um, btn, this is a success, so we'll put in green color success. We'll say add another record or another item. So for the edit delete, this one you call that error message part, we will put that's also in danger part. So we'll say this message, will change it to try again. Now where it should go to add underscore product one.php. If I click that, right? So, so try again is that adding another record also the same place, right? So it goes like that. Now let's reload this page and see. Yeah, it's like that, right? So I think I can get it in the next line. Small HTML and CSS will get you there, right? So I'm not going to do further. So this will be fine, right? Yeah. Right. I just increase the margin on both sides, right? Uh, right. Whether it is success or failure, it will do like we will add one more correct record. Let's say used TV for immediate sale in very good condition, selling because of money urgent, something like that. Okay, right, let's put that on use TV. Let's put around 21,000. Let's try this add new button, add now button. There we go, it goes to record successfully added. uh, this part we need to change that, right? So sorry, we need to change that record. So we'll say you can put something, right? Awesome or great, nice, something. I just put awesome, right? Adding new record was successfully done, right? Add a new add another record. We'll click on that. We'll be landing back here. So we are making the user experience a little bit worth and easy to operate. I hope you understood this piece, right? I hope you understood this piece. Okay, so that is pretty much about the add routine. I couldn't show you one thing. Here you can dismiss this, okay? If you like, you can dismiss that. If you reload that, it will come back, right? Okay. Okay, students, let's proceed with the other routine now, which we have completed the add routine now. Just a while ago, we finished it. So successfully, we were able to add the records, right? Actually, at the end of the session, we will, not today, at the end of these parts, we're going to fine tune these things. There will be small errors, validations and things we have to do, restrictions we have to apply. All those things I'm going to do in the fine tuning part, not today, right? Okay, so now we're going to do the next part, which is we're going to learn how to edit a record, right? So how to update a record we're going to do. So editing a record, I will be explaining the lesson plan first to you. Then I will tell you how to duplicate the files and create them. For the time being, we have created 5 pages now. So you can see 5 codes we have done. So this our web page is going to, sorry, website is going to increase, right? So let's take the just the drawing part. Now, what I'm going to do is um, I'm going to just give you the idea. So I'm going to create actually an edit. We'll put edit routine. So edit or update routine, right? Why we call this one as routine? This is happening again and again and again. That's the reason why we call this one as routine, right? So there we're going to have, right? So we're going to have 4 pages, right? So we can have 4 pages, right? So what I'm just explaining is a simple, very simple low level wireframe design, right? So rename them, right? So we can call them edit or update. I prefer the word edit there. So edit product, edit product 1.php, right? Then we will have edit product 2.php. Then we have edit product 3.php. Finally, we have edit product 4.php. You would have guessed it. Edit product 4 page will be confirmation whether the record got successfully edited or not edited, right? Okay, so we will discuss the problems and how we're going to do this or solve this part first, then we will proceed. You know, take a look at this table now. Now we got just 3 records for your reference. I have just 3 records in my database table. Number one requirement for us is we should have the record in our table, database table, in order to edit. In order to be able to edit a record, we should have the record, first of all, in our database table. Once we have the database table, the record, then we can think of editing or deleting. So for deleting also, certain parts are going to be the same. So first thing we're going to do is we're going to search and locate the record. Once we try to search and locate for the record, there are 2 alternatives are there. One, record can be found. The other, record cannot be found. If the record is found, then what you can do is we can proceed the other steps. If the record is not found, then we have to display an error message. You say have to try again, locate the record, then he can or she can proceed with it. So that is the way we're going to do in this part. So just for your reference, I'm showing you in my database table, I have 3 records. Their numbers are like this. I'm going to search for a record, then I'm going to edit. Now, when I'm going to search for the record, I'm not going to use a very complex search here because search routine we're going to separately build. This search is very straightforward. I'm going to build it directly to search by product ID. Now, you might ask, how do we remember all the product IDs? Just wait for a while. Once we build all the other parts, we're going to make use of some other code and make it very user friendly. For the time being, we're going to learn the procedure. Product number we're going to enter, locate the record, do the changes, save the changes like this. Here, first of all, what we will do is we will uh, search for the record, right? Search for the record, we can't do it here, right? So we need to have an interface there. So like enter product ID. So it's going to ask you to enter the product ID. So you'll be entering the product ID here. It's not a DOS program anyway, right? So don't worry. So in the text box, I'm going to do that. Enter product ID. So you got 2 things. One is in this page, you need 2 things. One is record can be found, right? Record found. One option is found. The other one is not found. We had to respond to these 2 occasions, right? So when we look for the record, there can be 2 occasions, right? So it could be found, it could not be found. So if it is not found, we're going to display error message, right? We will put, I will put that in red itself. Display error message. If the record is found, we will display record content. I'm going to display what are the fields values I'm going to display. This is what I'm going to do in step 2. So step 1, we're going to enter the product ID and search. Once we search, record found, displaying the record content. Otherwise, we put an error message. Now, if the record content is displayed here, we can do the modifications and press the update now button or save changes button. Once we do that, we come over here. What we do, we bring in all the values. build a dynamic SQL command, then execute. Once you execute, database will get updated. It will get updated. So when you're updating, there's again two choices. Your SQL command can have an error, right? So you will be displaying success. Success change. Success means changes saved. If it's not successful, right, then not saved. Error displayed. So this is my lesson plan, which means this is the wireframe structure or my storyboard, whatever you can call it. This is the way I have planned to do it now. So edit routine will take some time for us to build it. Slowly we have to duplicate the files. One by one we have to build it, and nicely we have to finish this work. Okay, there is about 50 minutes left. I think we can nicely do that one. If we nicely do this one, doing delete routine is pretty simple, very simple. We can do that part also, right? So I prefer to do delete and or delete itself, then all the things will be in one video, so you can refer it whenever you want. So if take around 10-15 minutes extra, please don't mind. So please be in the class, right? Okay, right, children, let's continue the session now, right? So I'm not going to delete this. By the way, I'll post the video. Right. Okay. To get started with the edit routine, we will go back to the Atom software. I'm going to do some duplications, right? First, we will create edit product one dot page where we're going to build a small search part, right? So in order to, without wasting time, I'm going to take my add product one page, clicking D. By the way, I'm on Atom software, duplicating a file in Atom, shortcut key is D. Press letter D, and I'm going to change this one. So add to edit, right? Edit product one is my file name. There we go. This file is there. So the title we can change. Edit or update a product. Let's come down. It says title. So I'm going to say update or edit product, right? So we can use that text warning. So a small change also. Let's take a look at it first of all, how it looks. Little by little do we do the changes, okay? Right, let's go here. Let's go back. Still the screen is, or the files are not very user friendly. We need to have a dashboard where we can quickly navigate to that part one by one, right? So we go here. Let's take edit product one file. So it looks okay. Update or edit product. So yellow color doesn't look very good, right? So we'll change this to either primary. That is a type of dark blue. Yeah, that will do, right? Update, let it be in blue color. Adding, let it be in black. So we don't need this product title and all the things here. So I'm going to erase those things. So slowly we have to do it, and carefully we have to do. So the first cell I need, right? First cell is taking the entire thing, so no worries. Yeah, so we will use the first cell, then we will delete the other parts, right? Okay, so here onwards I'm going to delete the things. That's done. Let's refresh. Okay, so here we're going to say enter product ID, right? So it's going to be like this, right? Enter product ID. So we need to change this to PID, name also PID. You can type whatever the number you can type. Okay. So a product number is there, means you can type like that. You can type any product number that you like. I just typed 4850 because it's your batch. Right, then we need a search button. That's all what we need. So we are good to go with that. I am going to use it here itself. Not much into the designing part. So when I have time, I will do it. Put a BR time, and I'll say, or else shall I copy and do it? Yeah, I'll get we'll make this one. So let's take a look at it, how it looks. Okay, not so good, but so I'm not going to do much. So let's say clear. Right. Not sure why it's not very big, right? So right, same size, that's fine. So we're going to type a number here, and we're going to hit the save changes button. So the form is modified now. I'm going to give you this code. So I didn't want to much waste time on designing. Once you go to the form top here, we need to make sure that form class, that's all the things are fine. When we submit the number, it has to go to edit product 2.php file. Edit product 2.php file. We need to make sure it comes here. So we need to build that. We haven't done that yet. Other part seems all right now. So let's reload the page once again. And of course, I need to put one more here. The title, I can put 1-4. You can say step 1/4, which means so there are 4 steps involving, as you can remember here. We are here now. So that's what I added. For the real customer, you might not need to do this, right? Okay. Since you're learning, I just added it there. This is done. I'm going to do next. What I'm going to do is I'm going to duplicate. Step 2, I'm going to duplicate. Remember, what I need actually is, if the form values are found, if the record is found, I need to display all the things. Otherwise, I don't need to do anything. I need to just display an error message. So again, I'm duplicating add product 1, and I will do it as I want, right? Because add product 1 page has all the fields properly built. So we have less work to do there. Right, I'm going to carefully selecting add product one page, pressing letter D, and this time I'm going to say edit product 2.php, edit product 2.php. Here, what I will do is, let's do these things, update a product. Let's come to the page. It's not register a product. So edit or update product, step 2 of 4. 2 of 4. Then this is important. Form action part, you need to change this to edit product 3 dot page. From second, we are going to the third. So edit product 3, we need to change here. Then this page, I'm not going to do any changes. I'm not going to do any more changes. Only the last one, buttons. Let's go there. Where's the buttons? Yeah. And now I'm going to say save changes. Save changes. Here I can say cancel. Yes. I made a mistake in this one, which is here, children, it's not save changes. It should be search. Okay. So where it is, edit one, enter product ID not necessary. This is not necessary, and this one should be search. There we go. We might need a blank label there. Yeah, let's not have anything there. Yeah, bit not enough. Okay, that's cool. That's enough. Right. Let's go to second page. In here, this is that seemed to be fine, right? So we need to, yeah, we changed it, form part. Yes, we did. Yeah, here we changed it, right? Now we're going to select add product one. Again, carefully watch this. Add product one I'm choosing. Then I'm going to selecting letter D on my keyboard, shortcut key. Then I'm going to change this, edit product 3.php, edit product 3.php. Edit product 3, I'm going to again say here, before that we have work to do, isn't it? Right, so we need to do some work. We will keep it there. Edit 3, edit 3, let's delete the page, not necessary now. Edit 3, I'll delete that, sorry about that. Okay, we will work on edit 2 now, right? So we will enter a number here and see, okay, what is happening. So we go to search, and we are landing on edit update product step 2 of 4, right? Step 2 of 4, right? Okay, this is right, so that is fine. Now what happens is, if the record is found, if the 12th record is found, that record should be displayed. First record is there, so the record details should be displayed here. If I enter something like 100 here, record is definitely not there, then error message should be displayed. So that is what we are going to focus now. Now watch this. What I'm going to do is, on top of the form, I'm going to start a PHP code, right? I'm going to start the PHP code. Right. Before that, I can get this connected to the database. I can connect to database here, or I can connect it at the top. I prefer doing it up here. Right. So connecting is done like this. Require. Right. right? Database connection is done there. Because the database connection is done, ah, yeah, inside the PHP code, first what we're going to do is we're going to write up this one. From this page, we are receiving the product ID. So let's display that, right? We know how to do that. Echo, we have to just put a PRE command. Echo, we can finish the PRE command. Then we can write print R command, and we can give the variable, and we can see what's in it, right? Let's go back and let's search one here and search. There we go. So in the array, product ID is coming from the previous page to this page, and it is bringing the value 1. So that's quite good. Let's type a different number. Let's say 15. Let's search, right? 15 can be bring here, both here, right? Right, this is done. So I don't need that. Now what I'm going to do is, now I need to have a SQL command to search whether the record is there or not. If the record is there, I can display the values. Otherwise, I can display an error message, right? Let's search for the records existence. I'm adding comments, so once you're referring again, it will be useful for you. That's the reason. This code is not necessary for the assignment, but for a real project to troubleshoot, that will be useful for you. For the assignment, I don't need you to add that, right? Okay. We're going to do, first we will have a variable called PID is assigned to the value request arrays product ID. So we just copy that to a variable product ID, right? Let's build a dynamic SQL command. So how I'm building the SQL command is select all the fields from product field, product table, product. Then this is important, where product ID is same as the product ID that the user entered. So select all from product, that is our table name. So we say where product ID is same as the product ID that we entered now. Then what we do is we need to execute the SQL command. Once we execute that, how do we execute that? MySQL I query. Now this query is not an update or insert into command. It is a select type of a command. Once you use a select type of a command from the database table, we are taking values back. So we are taking the values back. Okay, so it's going to return something. So anyways, I'm going to write SQL like this, and what it's going to return is called the resource. In Java, we call that as a resource set or record set. In C# and we should be Microsoft environment. Here we are calling it as resource, right? Resource. It's full of records if it is returning a lot of records. Then we need to make sure the record is there, record is existing or not, right? So we can write, I will check it and let you know, right? So we'll say count. How many records are there? We can find out, right? So it's a MySQL I, MySQL I num just 1 second, people. I'll just quickly refer that and come back. It's num underscore rows. Okay, sorry about that. MySQL I num rows, and you can give the resource here, whatever the resource which was returned. And when you say MySQL I num rows, it will say how many records are there. How many records are there, right? So I can just display that one, echo number of records found. I can say record count. Okay, we will see what's going to happen, right? So we'll run the program and see. So let's say 1, it will say number of records found 1. Okay, let's type something like 100, then nothing will be there. So number of records found is 0. So num MySQL I num rows is the other method that you are using. Directly you're using this method and you just pass in the value your resource. So it will be returning how many records are there. So I just used this one, right? Okay, so we can use this one as a comment for you. Okay, children, so I can comment these two and I can write if uh, MySQL I underscore num underscore rows open parenthesis rs resource is greater than 0. That means this function is going to return how many records are there in your resource. Then we say that value is greater than 0. That means definitely at least one record is found. Else means no records found. Okay, else mean if it's found, we can say echo records or record found. So let's try that and we'll go back. We'll enter 1 because that record is there. It says records found. Let's say 100. It says records not found, no records found. So we are okay for a while. This is okay. Now what I'm going to do is, so because records found, let's display the form, right? So this is what we need to do because I'm going to comment this code, children, right? So I'm going to comment this, right? Okay. What I'm going to do is I can stop the PHP here and I can start the PHP again as I did earlier. And inside this one, I can move the form. I can move the form inside this, right? Or else what I can do is I can simply do, this is the code. Now say, I'm going to finish the code like this. Okay, carefully see that I finished the code. Then this else part and this finishing code has to be started again. The part. So this part is closing. Now watch this carefully. Closing curly brace of this if condition. This if is finishing here. This else is finishing here. So I'm copying this part, only that part up to here. From here to here, I'm copying. Actually, I'm cutting. Right? I cut that. So now it's error. Now after finishing the form, see the form is finishing here. Form is finishing here. I'm going to paste that code, right? So else part, I'm going to display the error message, right? Display the error message. See what happens now. So let's reload this. No form is displayed, only the error message is displayed, right? Let's display one. Record is there, I think, one. So the form is displayed, no error message is displayed, okay? Right, so error message also, we don't have to worry. We have error message, we can copy and paste it here, right? So I'm going to comment it, stop the PHP, start the PHP, right? I go to add product 3 page and I can find the error. So alert boxes are there. This is the delete. Sorry, the error, we already have it. We can come here and we can paste it that here. We need to change this one, right? So we have to say no records matched. Sorry, we'll write, sorry, no matching records were found. Try another product ID. Try another product ID. Here we need to change again the other part. This need to go to edit product one again, and this message, okay, it can be try again. Okay, so that part is fine. Let's try once more. We'll type 100. Record is not found now, so we're going to hit search. So the error message is displaying no records matched. Sorry, no matching records were found. Please or try again. Try another product ID. So once you hit this, we land on this page again. We can try a number which is existing. So when we search, form is getting displayed now. I hope that part is understood up to that point. Now we're going to do is we're going to go inside the form now. Right, we come here. What we do is, right, since the record, we are sure we are having a record, we need to access the records. So from the resource, the bunch of records, it's a whole thing. You can't directly work with that. If you want to access or if you want to take records out of that, you need to fetch the records, right? There are two methods of fetching the records. So I'm going to show you how to do them, right? So I'm going to say, and each time you ask to take a record out of it, it gives you an array. One record will be given as an array. So I'm going to say row. I'm pretty sure here if the record is matching, only one record is there. I'm not getting multiple records. Search routine, I'll do that multiple record part. So here record is matched means definitely one record is there. I don't need a loop or anything. Directly I can copy the value. That is why I'm doing. So it's almost like your notes, right? Copy the record from resource. Right. Then how you do that? MySQL IE underscore, there is a method called fetch assoc, or you can say fetch array. There are two different things in this one, right? So I'll show you both of them, then I'll proceed, right? First, I'll show you the array. Fetch array, you just give the resource. Then you can say, to save some time, I'll copy this. Right, so it's not this, we're going to say row. Right, I'll show you what happens when you fetch the array. Okay, right, so let's go back. So enter, we search for that. So once that is record is found, this is how when you say fetch array looks like. We take the database record. When you say array, each column will be given a numeric number. Automatically it will be given 0 1 2 3 4. So even if you are referring to unknown table, first, second, third, fourth, you can check the column names by the number. Also you can access it. So for advanced programs, you can make use of that. But if we use, instead of this one, if we use, now what's that? Instead of this, if we use fetch assoc, it stands for fetch associative array. So in this, you don't get a numeric array, only you will getting the associative array, which is easy for us to work in this project. So this is what I'm looking for in this one. I'm going to use this method. Now you can see it has returned the database record values, right? So product ID is this, title is this, description is this, price is this, and picture is just this one. Okay. All right, so we're going to proceed, and I can comment this again, right? So we fetch the record. So here, copy the record from resource. That's what's happening here. Now, let's display the record or records contents in the or into the form fields, right? So I'm going to do that. So I don't need this one here. I'm going to come down here first of all. Product title, we'll see how we can display that, right? When you want to display the product title, you have to use the value property. In HTML, you have to use the value property. Now if I type value is ABC, it will display the value ABC inside the title column. So I'm not going to use ABC there. Instead, I'm going to use a PHP code like this. starting and finishing PHP. Within HTML, we can simply mix HTML. This is our first or second lesson in PHP. Then what I'm going to do is I'm going to use an echo command, and I will use row array because we have copied the values from resource to the row array. This is the array. So then I'm referring to the field, associative field title. So let's try reload the page and see whether we can display the title here. That means 32-inch TV for sale, whether we can display it here. Yes, there we go. We are displaying it inside this one. So let's say 32-inch. We are going to say new TV for immediate sale. We can change it now. We can change it now. Very simple to do that, right? Okay, but yeah, it has not got saved yet, right? Okay, so the idea is we can get it displayed first. Once it is getting displayed here, we can do the changes. Okay, we can do the changes, right? So let's display the other values as well. So to save time, I'm going to just copy this one. So I'm just going to copy this one, right? So description displaying part is a little bit different because inside a text area, when you want to display, we do not use the attribute value. We just directly use the code, right? So we say row arrays description. So then it will display the description also, right? A brand new TV selling because not used, right? Then what's next? We have the price, right? So for price, it's an input field and the type is number, no worries. So value is given nothing here. Value is given nothing. So we're going to use, you can copy paste, no worries. I'm just typing for the sake of learning purpose for you. Row, the field name is going to be price. Price. So let's try again. There we go. So all the stuff coming nicely. We don't have a picture for the time being. So if we had a picture, we can display the sample picture as well. So that part I will do it when I'm doing file uploading. For the time being, this is enough. So we got the stuff displayed here, right? Okay, now this part is complete now, right? If the record is not found, error coming, record found, details are displayed in the form fields. Now we can do the changes and we can click the save changes button. Before that, we're going to have the third page created. So that page is going to be a coding page, just like the add product 2 page. We developed the code, we're going to build that code. So I'm not going to take any copy, I'm going to build it from scratch, right? So I'm going to create a new file here. So, I'm sorry, I'm going to create a new file, right? So let's create a new file called edit product 3.php. Be careful with the file names, so properly spell them, otherwise they won't get connected with each other, right? So first thing first, let's connect to the database. Okay, we are connected to the database server. So you know what to do. You use the require command, then use the db connection file, require db connection.php. Then what we do is, first of all, we need to make sure from the second page we are receiving the values to the third page. There is a small shortcoming, I will show you that also. This is the problem, I'll show you. I'm going to do like this. Um, so see, when I'm doing that one, we will get a problem. Okay, let's get it done now. So I'm changing this one. I'm changing it as immediate change. So a brand new TV, okay, in, we'll say very good condition, and we'll change the price also to 25,500. Then we will save the changes. Right now we are ending up in the edit product 3.php file. We are in the edit product 3.php file. Values we have bought from the previous page to this page. Right now, when you want to update this record, this is the first record. So I need to write the command like, how should I write the command? I'll tell you the practical problem here. Okay, so you need to type the command like this, uh, update what's the table name? Product. Then you say set. Okay, set. Right, so you will say set, some values will come. Right, for example, let's say title equals, then some value will come, then description will come. I will build this SQL command. Then price, we have to set the new price. Then finally what happens to do is you have to say you're not going to update it this much, right? So let's say price is 25,500, right? You can't just update this. If you update this, there are 3 records in my database table. All the tables, all the records will receive the same thing, what you give as the title, description, and the price. Every product's price will be set to 25,500. So which is wrong. Okay, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to use where close, where product ID equals, actually it is 1. Product ID equals 1, right? So but tell me children, in this page, product edit product 3 page, is a field called product ID, and have we received the product ID that we searched for? In the third page we don't have it. Okay, so we have a problem. We need to first of all get the product ID here, right? So we will do a small modification to the previous page. Right, we go to edit product 2 page. Now by the time we are displaying the values inside the HTML form, I'm going to use a hidden field. Hidden field means it is not visible, so input type is hidden. It's not visible there, right? Name of it is very important. It's going to be product ID, PID. Value I can display from the PHP code, right? So echo row arrays PID, or else you can type product ID is already there, which we are passing in, right? Product ID is already passed in. This variable we can use, or row arrays product ID we can use. I prefer using the records product ID. Okay, so we use this one. Right, so we don't need to display that to the client anyway. So if you prefer, you can display that. Okay, so let's go back. Then let's reload this page. Yeah, so things are getting displayed. So I'm going to type edited to save time. Okay, children. Right, let's change the price. Right, so that's done. So I'm going to hit the save changes button. We are coming here. Right now you can see product ID is coming as 1. Right now you can build that SQL command, no worries. You can simply build the SQL command now, and you can say it has a product number 1, no problem, if because 1 has come. Right, let's proceed from there now. Then now I can comment it. Right, let's build the dynamic SQL command. Right, so we're going to build the dynamic SQL command. So first of all, we're going to say product ID equals request arrays product ID. Then SQL is assigned the value. We are getting these values displayed, so we need to copy them to variables as well first, right? So we will do that part. So product ID, title, description, price. That's how it goes. Right now we can do the now we can build a SQL command, right? Okay, so SQL command, we have already learned it. If you have any doubts, check that video, SQL command step by step, right? That's the second video of database programming, right? So we say SQL is assigned the value. We say update, set update, table name, product, set, leave a space, then finish the SQL command there. Come to the next line, SQL, right? So we're going to say, what are the fields? First, product ID field, we are not going to change it. So title, I'm going to change, right? So title equals, we can put the new value, whatever the people have typed, that value we take. Then SQL description, right? This is the field name, description. So the new value, it's a text value within single quotes I'm typing. Description, this is what the user typed. Again, comma. Finally, SQL dot equals price equals price. Single quotes, no need. No semicolon, no comma here, right? Make sure you have a space there. Then you can do it in the next line or here itself, where product ID equals product ID. So that's the end of the SQL command, right? I can do it here. Sometimes it's confusing. I can do it in another line. So, but leave it like this. It's easy, right? Last line we do it like that. Okay, SQL command is done now. So now we have to execute the SQL command, right? Execute the SQL command. To do that, we don't know whether it is getting executed or not. So we say X. So what is the command to execute MySQL I object? Call the method query. Then you can say SQL command. You can pass in the SQL command. So this will do the job. Once you execute the SQL command, if the record has been properly updated, then the variable X would have received 1, just like in the adding, it returns Boolean 1 if the command execution was successful, 1. Otherwise, it returns nothing. So we're going to say if X variable is greater than 0. In that case, we can display the message successfully updated. Otherwise, we can display echo successfully, oh sorry, um, saving changes failed. Saving changes failed. Okay, so these are the things. Now we will do up to this point and we will take it to the fourth page, right? Okay, let's try. In this one, without a problem, we can update this. Let's say what's going to happen. Right, it says successfully updated. Let's go back to the page. Let's go back. Now we'll search for the record and see. Yeah, we are searching. You can see this word is there, edited. This time adding some asterisks, see, so you can see that whether it is getting saved. So price, let's change that to 10,000. Now it is 25,500. Let's change that to 10,000. I'm going to save changes. It says successfully updated. So here also you can lively see that these things will, this one will change. Okay. There you go. It is changing. The values are changing, right? Okay. So if you try again, right? So if you go back, if you try to search for that record, it will have the changes saved nicely like that. So that is how you update the record. Now we will do the final part also, right? So to do the final part, the error message or success message, we will comment these two and we will going to use the header commands, right? Header, location, where we should go. We're going to say edit product underscore 4.php, just like the previous one. Question mark, we say status equals pass. Same thing we can use here. Status, we can say fail. Status pass, status fail. Okay. Now, what we're going to do is we're going to duplicate, add add product3.php file, I'm going to continue, right? Add product3 file, I'm going to continue. I'm going to duplicate this file as edit product 4, right? Edit product 4. Here we are going to edit product 4 page we are sending the user, right? In this one we will say edit or update a record product. So in this one we have the error messages only. So record successfully updated, or we can say updated. And here we'll say awesome. Saving changes to the record was successful, right? Error message, we say saving changes failed. Sorry, saving changes to the record failed. Try again. So when you want to try again, we need to change these links. We have to say edit product 1. If it is successful also, we say add another product. No, edit another product, update another product. So that again we can say edit, right? Now the program is totally built, edit routine totally done. Let's try from the beginning. The first record we're going to edit. So I'm going to erase these things properly. I'm going to edit. We're going to say for immediate sale, I'm going to say immediate sale. This part I'm going to erase that and say in very good condition. Price, let's put it to the same price, 25,500. Let's save the changes. So there we go, record successfully updated. Awesome, saving changes to the record was successful. Edit another record. So if it fails, so this error message will be displayed. You can click on the try again button and you can start trying another record. So if this one, record not found. So now the navigation also become easier, right? So let's type, I think record number 7 is there, right? Record number 7 is there. So you can add those things also, right? So this is editing and updating and editing, updating and so updating editing part. Yes. So the last part, it's just giving the message like that. Yeah. Record successfully updated. Okay. I'm going to give this code as well now so you can practice it. So shall I finish the delete routine and give you today so you can practice on your own? So delete routine will take about 5 minutes time only, 5 or maximum 10 minutes. Then you can do that part. Or shall I do it the delete next day? Quickly respond. Okay, I'm going to post the recording. Okay, since we have successfully done the edit part, according to this diagram, we finished it nicely. Now we're going to deal with the delete routine. So I'm going to explain how it's going to be done. So I'm going to change the same routine diagram, right? So I'm going to change the same things. So I can quickly create once more, right? So, So I'm going to have, this time I'll create this thing a little bit bigger. Okay, these are pages of mine, right? So I'm going to have 4 pages again created. Each one is going to be called as delete product 1.php, it's 2.php, delete product 3 3.php, and finally delete product 4.php, right? So just like the previous one, we're going to enter product ID we're going to search for the record. Okay, then as I told you earlier, two options: record not found, record found, right? So record found, you have to display the contents just like in the form and ask the confirmation, do you want to proceed? Once you do that, it's going to get deleted, right? Then not found, record not found, right? Error message, try again. Okay, so he has to try again. Then what we do is we're going to get the product ID, build a SQL command, build a delete SQL command, and execute. If they confirm, then we execute that. So actually, then the status will be displayed. So there could be two status children. So either one will be done. If something goes wrong, then status will be failed, right? So that's how the thing's going to work. Right, so that's how the delete routine is working. Okay, so that's the one, right? So this one, this file also, I'll save it for you. Right, so I can upload it for you, right? I'll do it today, right? Nice. Now let's get started according to our storyboard, right? So we are going back to the program. Let's close all these programs, we don't need them. Right, this time it's much easy because we're not going to build everything from scratch. We're going to make use of the edit files, edit product 1234. We're going to change them into delete product 1234, and it's going to be quite simple to do that. Right, first of all, I'm starting with edit product 1, selecting that file, and I'm going to click letter D on my keyboard to duplicate. Then I'm changing this name as delete product 1.php, right? So let's change these things. Delete a record, delete a record. Down here, update, don't say delete product step, delete product step 104, fine. Search part, all the things. Now nothing to be done. We're going to just search for that record. That is also fine. No need to change anything. Only what we need to change is action part. We need to change to from edit to delete. Delete product 2.php. So we have to build that, right? Let's try that. Okay, still we haven't built it. So delete product 1, it's like this. So this title color also we will change. So it was primary because it's deleting. I'll put it to I think it's danger. So we'll put it in red color because it's deleting, right? Nice. Now what we're going to do next is this part also changed. We're going to duplicate edit product 2 page, and we're going to call that one as delete product 2 page, right? So don't double click and do, just click duplicate and do. Don't change the edit file. So I'm having new fresh file called delete product 2.php file here, right? All the things are same here. If the product is found, we can display that. So we can say delete a product. Again here, delete a product. delete product or deleting product, step 2 of 4. Again, the form you had to change from edit product 3 to delete product 3. From edit page, we duplicated, that's why. So all the other things going to be the same. If the we are searching for the record, see, from the product ID we are searching, select all from product, where product ID is whatever the product ID we typed. We look for the record by executing the Sql command. If the record is found, we are displaying that in the form. That's what's happening, no problem. We'll go down here and the save changes button will change that part. We don't have a save changes here. We're going to say confirm delete. Confirm delete. So let's put that in some let's put it in danger, so it's red color. This way we'll put it in warning. Right. So once it displays the record, it is asking, are you sure you want to delete this, right? That's what it say. Right. So if I try search in this one, let's search for the first record. It just got displayed. You can see we are in edit product 2.php, sorry, delete product 2.php, delete product step 2 of 4. Records details are displayed here for us to confirm that. For example, you want to delete the record 1, but you accidentally you typed 1 1. So you are deleting the 11th record. That should not happen. So the record's contents are displayed for your confirmation. If you're sure, yes, I want to delete this, then you can press the button. So we're going to confirm the deleting part. So once you press the confirm delete part, this form will go to delete product 3.php file. So that page we need to build it. So we need to build that page. So that I'm going to do it now. So let's see how we can do that part. Right. So I'm going to from scratch do this one. So deleting part. I'm going to have a new file, right? So this one is going to be delete product 3.php. Yes, 3.php. So we're going to say PHP. First thing is first. Getting it connect to the database server. That is database connection is made. Then we need to receive only one thing, which is the product ID, so that we can receive it from this one, request arrays product ID, right? So we have copying that to a hidden field. From that we are receiving it here. So right. So what we can do is we can delete the record permanently, right? So taking a backup and all, we will do it in the fine tuning part, right? So once we confirm delete this record, it is going to permanently delete that. Okay, so what we can do is we're going to make sure we build the proper SQL command, SQL delete from product. We're going to say where product ID equals the product ID that we have typed. So once you click the confirm delete button, there is no going back. It will be deleting the record, right? Okay. Now, the further we're going to do is this one. Executing the SQL command. So we're going to build the response. We're going to get the response, whether it got deleted or not. MySQL IE query SQL I query SQL. So it's going to execute that. So hopefully it will delete. If there is something goes wrong, it will delete. It will return nothing. So we say if x is greater than 0, so we're going to say successfully deleted. Record was successfully deleted. Else we're going to say deleting record failed. So I'm not going to execute this and show you. I'm going to directly go for the page. I'm going to build it. So what we're going to do is we're going to put the header command here because we did it already in the previous one. Header, so location, and say not edit, delete product 4.php, but we're going to give the parameter here status equals pass. For the other one, we're going to say status equals fail. Okay, so that's all this program is about. So we can carefully take edit product 4 file and we can duplicate that. We can duplicate that into delete product 4. I press the delete key, sorry. Delete product 4, right? It's done now. Delete product 1, 2, 3, 4 we have, right? Fourth one, we're going to say delete a record. If the status value is passed, we say record was successfully deleted. Right? Record was successfully deleted. So we can say deleting the record was successful. If you want to delete another record, so we're going to take it back. So delete product 1. So we say delete another record. Delete another record. So here we say deleting record failed. Sorry. So we can say deleting record failed. Please try again. So this one we need to change again to delete product 1, right? So try again can be there. So we're going to try this one once, then we can finish it off. So let's go back. First page, we're going to search the first record. Record is found. We're going to confirm the delete. Yes, we go delete product 4.php. Status is equals success. That means it has got deleted. So if you take the database, now it is showing. Let's refresh, and it's permanently gone. That has got permanently deleted, right? So that's how we can what do you call permanent delete. So if you want to take a backup of it, you know what to do. You have to make a copy of this table first, then rename it as product archive. Then before deleting, you have to copy, then you can execute the delete command, right? So that's all the part for deleting the operation, right? So after this session, I will be uploading the files, right? When I upload these files to the video, you can find the file downloading files in the description section. I will give a in the description, I'll give you the link, right? Okay, for the delete downloading all the necessary files. Okay, so that's all for today's class. Then we will meet in the next section. The other parts we will build of the application development section. We will do add, edit, delete. We have completed. So we have to build the search part and other login mechanisms and file uploading things we have to do slowly. So upcoming classes, we're going to focus on them, right? Okay, so have a nice day and stay safe, stay home, stay safe. Yes, thank you very much.